You may have noticed that I haven't been around the academy very much since the beginning of term. That's because I went on a retreat. You might not quite know what I mean when I say I went on a retreat. I went to an old monastery in the north of Wales, and I spent nearly all of those 8 days in silence, apart from half an hour where I spoke to one person about the Bible and where my spiritual journey was taking me. Think about that. That's 8 days of quiet. That's 192 hours, or over 11,000 minutes with no talking, no phone, no internet. Just being alone with God. And at the end of that time, I was looking down from where I was across the valley, and in the distance there was the mountain Snowdon and other mountains in that mountain range. I couldn't see them because it was a morning and it was foggy, but I knew that they were there because I'd seen them before. And as I looked a little bit closer, I saw there was a wood. And one particular tree stood out to me. And I looked at this tree and I saw it was very tall and very strong and very beautiful. Its lower branches had been weighed down by something in the past and they weren't quite right, but the tree was still beautiful and strong. And as I looked at that tree, I felt God say to me, "You are that tree." That tree is a metaphor for how I see you. That when I look at you, I see someone who is strong and beautiful. And then I went down and I looked around the wood at all the other trees and saw they too were beautiful and strong and tall. And God said to me, when you get back, tell all the students and the staff at St Albans Academy and all the people in the church that when I look at them, they too are like those trees which are tall and strong and beautiful. Tell them that when God sees you, when Allah sees you, God sees someone who is tall and strong and beautiful, regardless of how tall you actually are. So I want you to spend a little while now thinking about, what am I good at? Because every one of you has something that you're really good at. And just reflect on that and reflect on what God sees when God looks at you. That God sees lots of good things in you, in your life, and in your heart.